Hey y'all, I'm going to walk you through the steps for using Perusall and annotation. Annotation is one way to make our thinking visible and to take notes over important passages that we may want to go back to when writing our narrative. First, we need to get to the assignment in Perusall. We can get there a couple different ways. The first way is to click Perusall in the left-hand menu of Canvas. The other way is to go into our activity and click the Understanding MLK Part 1. So we're just going to go into Perusall. I already have it pulled up, so I'm going to go there because I have Student View turned on so you can see what it looks like for you. Once you're in Perusall, you're going to see a menu that says Get Started, Library, Assignments. It might be on Get Started when you first log in. Just click over to Assignments and you'll see two different assignments there. One is the example, Thinking Like a Historian. That's what I'm going to walk you through today rather than your actual activity. The other one is the Understanding Activity Part 1. So I included all of my Thinking Like a Historian example for you to look through and read the comments in a little bit more detail. So you can go back there at any time to see what I did as an example for when you're working on your own. So once you're in here, you're going to click on Work on the Assignments. And you notice when you click on the document, there's going to be directions right here in the lower right-hand corner that talks you through basically everything that was at the beginning of the assignment, what you need to do. Then you're going to see the document itself. You can see how some things are color-coded. These are my comments that I've already annotated in there. And in order to see this view that you have right here with all conversations, you're going to look at the right-hand menu here and see those thought bubbles like what are in a cartoon. You're going to click the one with the two thought bubbles, and that's going to pull up all conversations. If you look at these comments, you can see that some have just comments and some have question marks. The question mark ones are the ones that you need to respond to with an annotation. But I recommend that you look at all of them because I put some notes in here to help you. In addition to this, if we go back out to that, I will have a comment at the beginning of every document that gets you started. So make sure you look for that first comment. It'll be highlighted somewhere at the beginning, or if you just click on the all comments, it'll be the first one that's listed. I'll also have a video on here that explains a description of the document and what I want you to pay attention to while reading it. It'll look like this. Right now I have a speech by Fred Hampton that's on here. That's a short 60-second video that would actually help to understand this document if it was actually assigned to you. But I just included it so you can see what my videos will look like when they're on there. So what you're going to do is you're going to go click through the comments and respond to the questions. I've responded to the questions on here so that you can see them. So this question I asked, does this seem radical? Consider the slums and the people who've been living in slums since segregation. And I ask, is this question radical? And you can see my response. You would just type in right here and respond to the question. And I wrote, it doesn't seem very radical to ask for decent housing. And that's where you can include some of your comments. Other times, I'll ask you to highlight and annotate something yourself. And once you highlight it, it'll come up again with that comment box. And you can go in there and leave your feedback, leave your notes, answer the question as it goes. I want to show you another feature about Perusall that I think will be really helpful for you while you're working through these documents, and that is the notes. So if you click on the notes, this is something that you alone will see as you're working through the annotations. And you can type in notes about the Black Panthers, for example, asked for better housing. And you can copy and paste or highlight from the document and put it in here. And then you just click. That's it, like it's done. If you go in and you look at notes, now that note will be there. And you can go back and use these notes while you're working on your narrative in Canvas, where you're using all your notes and compiling a written example in Canvas. Okay, the other thing that's important about Perusall is to make sure you click through all of the assignments. So for your Understanding MLK activity, there are 6 documents that I want you to annotate or discuss. There's also a speech in there, and so really 5 documents and 1 speech. Make sure you click Continue Assignment to get to the next image. And here is where you can again click all conversations. You can read the overview of what it is, listen to my description, and annotate your passage. So once you've clicked through all those different assignments and typed in your notes will be right here on the left-hand menu of Perusall. And then you'll also have all your discussion and annotations and quotations here on your conversations. At this point, you're going to go back into Canvas and complete the second part of the Understanding MLK activity. Just as a note, I would suggest that you leave this Perusall open in a separate tab and then go back over to Canvas to complete the next part. And from there in Canvas, you would just click Next, and it'll take you to the part 2 of the activity, which is to write a narrative. Now, one of the requirements is that you use your annotations and the information that you have from Perusall, from the documents, in your response. So that's where this note feature can come in really handy, and that's where your annotations can come in handy. So that's it. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to send out an email or message me this week while you're working through your documents. Good luck, and remember to make your thinking visible with detailed responses. I'm going to be reading all your annotations as a part of the grading in this activity. If you go back to the assignment, you can see that the annotation of the documents is part of the rubric for this overall assignment, along with the narrative that you end up writing. So good luck, and I will see you at the end of this week.